So these two episodes are going to be different, 7 and 8.
Oh, the much
anticipated
and fearful episode 8.
Yes. There's a lot of theories that were going around having to do with CNA, this mysterious Abel, the humans being there in the first place. Don't know about, like, the mannequin guy, so people were theorizing the mannequin was Abel. Because of those theories, these episodes become more interesting. It doesn't make it entirely clear whether or not something is actually canon.
This is so helpful to me.
It's supposed to... Hi.
So it's supposed to be a surprise.
It is supposed to be a surprise. We will see what happens. I hope that you survive the experience.
I'm kind of nervous, actually.
Well, welcome to the fandom. That's how the entire fandom feels. We're not excited. We're fearful. So that was the Amazing Digital Circus. He's X. I'm Z. We're two generations who like each other, and we're hanging out and being nice to each other and
sharing each other's media, because it's a really fun experience when we do that. What have you done to me?
We had to watch it twice. He was so quiet before he started filming.
I was warned repeatedly.
Yes.
In the comment section by you. What is he gonna do when he sees episode 8? He's not prepared to see episode 8. And I thought, I can't wait, it's gonna be funny. And I'm just like, I am messed up. That was horrible!
Unacceptable!
People are like anticipating, being horrified, watching this show.
Yep.
I feel like I'm gonna trauma bond with other people who watched the show.
Well,
it's not even a fan meetup, it's like group therapy. Oh, you watched it too? Oh, okay. Just... I don't know if it's better or worse that I had the privilege or dishonor of seeing them all in rapid succession. Episode 7.
Kane says, "Oh, I don't have an adventure for you guys today."
Which is very unique because in all the other ones,
he always had an adventure.
So they've decided to do a day at the beach. Everybody's hanging out. The sun is a jerk. Ragatha loses her eye button. Pomni goes swimming for it. Then she runs into 2 fish. And you were cracking up at the voices, and I didn't know why.
I only knew because I did some research on it because I really like the Amazing Digital Circus.
Can you just say that again? I really like the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, this thing scarred me, and you're saying, I really like it.
I like psychology stuff a lot. Psychology nerd stuff makes me so dang happy. I like learning about characters and why they do what they do, and this show is all about why they do what they do. I look at all the psychology stuff going on and I'm like, wow.
This show is doing psychological things to me.
Well, and to me when I first watched it, so I've been able to sit in it. You just experienced this, so I'm very sorry that you are in the state that you are in. Jax goes to his room.
He had all these Polaroids on the side. So he turned it over and you saw the frog guy and the clown guy with him. And then he turns around the other side of the bed and there's like a triangle hole that forms.
Yeah, in the wall.
Some hands come out.
Yeah, hands come out. Those hands are green, so
they look froggy. And he reaches out and then he
has a trip. I'm going to be honest, I usually skip that part. You see Kaufmo and you see Ribbit
you see
and you see him.
Sort of their faces on all these weird blorbs, and I don't even know what that is, but he was gone.
Yeah, but you can see the look on his face where at first he's like really weirded out by it, and then he starts to calm, and then at the end of it he actually smiles. Like a genuine smile.
Bliss.
When he gets snapped out of it, his eyes
were all like different colors, like neon and like...
Yeah, abstraction colors.
Oh, so that's what that was. He could have been lost.
Completely.
Oh.
Them coming to him for the keys was the only thing that snapped him out of it. He could have been gone in that episode right then and there.
Wow. All right. Pomni and the gang say, we want to break into this Chinese room.
And you have keys that nobody else has, so we need you. They try out all of these keys.
None of them work, and then Jax is just like, what if it just opens?
I love the expression that Pomni has in that scene where it's just like,
It just figures, doesn't it? Abel is super explainy and tells them that the digital circus is a construct made by CNA Corporation.
And they're all in stasis pods, and since we've already seen like the full episode, and most likely you've seen it too, we all know that this is made by Kane. So I'm going to point out things right now that you did not see.
Okay.
When he is explaining the plan and he's got like the blue pencil and saying that we're going to do this and this means that, some of the things that were written on those plans were crossed out names. Kinger was one of them.
Huh.
Another thing was that there were little doodles of bees. That might not seem significant on its own, but if you ever see any time that Kane is writing or drawing something, it's
like when he was examining Zubul, like in a therapy session.
Always bees. When you look at the plans that supposedly Abel made.
Oh, so it's implying that Kane was the one behind the blueprints.
Exactly. And of course, Jax is the only one that goes, this is totally just an adventure that Kane made. Just immediately, he's just like, do you want to know what's going to happen when we do all of this? Like,
and he's the twist villain.
That guy! And everyone's just like, I don't know.
Well, they all had their hopes and dreams pinned on leaving.
Yeah.
Abel gets them the master admin password for each person, I guess. But they unlock to get to Kane's door. They unlock to get the office. It's what they assume is their final journey together. That kind of reminded me of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, really?
Because in it, they're all holding hands together to Oz to try to get out.
That's interesting. I never would have made that connection. That's nice. That's cool.
So they get up to master computer, and then they've got choices. They can either hit
blue or the red
button. Yeah, that made me think of The Matrix.
Yeah.
Jax hits the red button. Kane shows up and verifies everything that Jax said was going to happen.
Seriously, every single thing.
And then Abel, regardless of his motivations, whether he was like a construct by Kane or not,
he was.
Like Kane just like,
haha, you're getting too smart. Time to delete, and he just completely gone.
The fact that Kane can just do that, it's just like, that's like psychotic.
Someone made a comic of what if Kane went to therapy. He's explained to, like, physical pain is not the only kind of pain. There's emotional, there's mental, and you can't just do that. I forget what artist it was. I'll probably bring it up when I find it. In the comic, Pomni conjures up a bee because she knows that he likes bees, and you wouldn't want anything to happen to it, and she squishes it.
Oh.
He's like, why would you do that? And she goes, well, I disregarded your feelings just like you disregarded ours. And you just experienced a different kind of pain.
All right, well, that's
not canon.
That's extracurricular.
We learn that Scratch was the first abstraction, and we learn that Kane can obviously mess with their minds and may or may not be the reason they can't remember their names.
And then it just ends.
Cuts to the fun music.
Which has become even more ironic than its first.
I did give you a warning about that. I really like Jax, so I'm going to talk about Jax for a minute.
All right.
He is freaking out, and
he's acting very different.
He is. You get to see another side to him, yes, but also it's kind of implied that Kane did something to his mind to make him press the button. And some fans are really divided on whether or not it was Kane or whether or not he just used that as an excuse.
Well, I thought maybe he had something so painful to deal with in reality, in real world, that he chose to stay because he didn't want to deal with it.
My theory is that it's both. Yes, he does have things in his past he doesn't want to deal with. Some fans theorize that since there were so many images of being on the road that he might have, like, hit someone in a collision.
Oh, wow.
When something really intense happens, he deflects. Immediately after they find out this was just an adventure, he starts laughing maniacally because he just realized, I have no control over me.
I was wondering why he was. I thought at that point he had legitimately gone crazy.
I thought that too when I first watched it, but I'm genuinely thinking that he had bad things happen to him and he never would have been thinking about those things if Kane hadn't screwed with his mind. The very first thing that he was doing was pointing fingers at Kane because he's just like, you are controlling me and I don't like to be controlled. One thing that the creator Gooseworks said was that a song that really related to him was a song about not wanting to be controlled. When I listened to that song, I was like, that's really interesting because he usually likes to pretend that everything is so fake, but that's his only means of control in this situation.
Then we finally hit episode 8.
Now, Kane, I'm weirdly on the fence on whether I like him or not. I know that he did very terrible things.
The psychotic and the evil and the disappearing and the...
But also, he is still a child. He was never really taught how to properly treat humans, and then he had a temper tantrum when things went wrong because he didn't know what else to do because he's a freaking child. I don't like that he had a temper tantrum, obviously, because he's torturing people. But at the same time, I don't think he had the level of maturity in order to know how to do anything else.
Well, he does throw temper tantrums.
With their own personal insecurities and their own personal
And that reminded
fears.
me of something. I'll be back in just a second.
Oh, I remember. Oh, that's a good reference. Yeah. I was thinking about that, but I didn't have the words for it. Thank you. I love that scene.
Specifically Dream Warriors, because Freddy, his whole thing was he's someone who exploits your insecurities and tortures you with them.
Yes, that's another reason why I like that film. Is again, I love psychology. I love learning about people. That is such a cool way to like present that.
Yeah, this is the third one. This is the most popular one, and it's the one that's the best conceived, best written, and Heather signed it.
Yeah, they had dream sequences in that movie where it was showing their insecurities. They did it in such a cool psychological way that it was like, oh, that's so cool. I'm going to talk about Jax again.
All right.
So first of all, peeled Jax. That was actually a funny animation thing. I love learning about the animators of the show. The guy that made that, showing it to the fans as a joke, and then everyone thought that image was so funny that they kept on drawing peeled Jax. And even the creator reposted it and said, "We are all too familiar with peeled Jax."
And then he put it in the episode.
They put it in the episode, and I thought that that was so cool because, like, not only is that a nod to the fans, but also it shows what type of psychological thing is happening to him. And of course, I'm very interested in what's happening with him because he's my favorite character. So I will be talking about that. You see these laughing characters, and he's just like covering himself. It's very clear that he's not wanting to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
One thing that's ongoing with him is that he can dish it, he can't take it. And he does it all the time. When it's directed at him, he gets so furious and so frustrated because his pride is just hurt. When you see this, you see him being exposed. When those characters that are laughing turn into different silhouettes, turning into Pomni, Ribbit, Offmo, which are his friends, the people that he was closest with. Those silhouettes pull at him, literally tearing off his skin, and he immediately tries to like pull it back up and cover himself up, but he's too exposed. And I thought that that was just so cool that they were able to combine both fan appreciation and his own actual psychological issues into the same thing and make it so powerful. I love symbolism so much, and that was such a cool sequence, and I can't get over it. I could watch that over and over and over again, even though it's terrible, even though it's like, I don't want him to go through that. I thought it was so well done.
Well, it's crazy that it can be so deep and have so many layers to it.
Exactly.
Even using fan appreciation. Yeah, and he didn't just do it as fan service, he used it as part of the story.
He said that that was one of the most difficult parts to animate, too.
There's the scene where they're all giving Kane grief about all this stuff. Back to the Matrix again, where he just is like, well, if you don't have mouths, you can't say anything. And you remember when Neo was being interrogated just like... It's just like...
That part freaked me out when I first saw it. I was like...
It's terrifying.
What I find the most funny about when he was like singing, I was just like, Zubul probably shouldn't be responding here. She doesn't have a mouth. Anyways.
So they're giving Kane all of this negative feedback, let's put it nicely, to distract Kane from not looking where Kinger is, because Kinger's doing something very important. They're basically hacking Kane, because Kane is an AI. That means that he's
able to be controlled.
Sort of programmed, but not really. And so he's typing away on a 90s computer, which reminded me of, well, my 90s computer. You said the code actually made sense or something like that?
Yes. Programmers who enjoy the show talked about what exactly was happening. And apparently he was talking to someone. I think it might have been Bubble, but I don't know if that's completely verified. Whoever it was did two things. One was that it kept on asking him, do you want to delete Kane? The second thing that it did was it called Kinger by name. Not by the name Kinger, by his human real-life name, Grant.
Grant. Okay. Well, that's definitely new information.
If Bubble was also deleted with Kane. I'm wondering, since Bubble is considered to be Kane's thought bubble, that Kane was also wanting to be deleted. I don't know. There's a bunch of theories. I kept on going through in my head, what would I do if I were stuck in the Amazing Digital Circus? And my first thought was, I would talk to Kane a lot. I would say hey, this is the kind of stuff that I do like. This is the kind of stuff that that person likes. I would try to figure out what he likes and how we could compromise. One of the main things is telling him hey, we want to do what we want and you want to do what you want. How can we?
Right.
The thing that was happening over and over and over again was that Zubul never had anything productive to say to him. Neither did anyone else. In response, he didn't know what else to do with himself except for torture them through all of these adventures.
I was curious that he did spend some time with Bubble, not the best confidant.
No.
Saying he really didn't know why he can't relate to humans, connect with them. And it was why do you care? And maybe he actually does.
Well, it seems like it because he used the entire last episode to try to get them to be more interested in him. If you notice, he sends Jax to have dinner with him so that way he can force Jax to ask him about his hobbies. And trying to say oh, I'm not so different from you humans, right? With Abel, he was just if you leave, you'd be leaving Kane behind as well.
See, I just took that as pure manipulation.
He's trying to make himself seem more sympathetic. He's trying to connect with them in any way possible, but he doesn't know how to because he's not human. AI is built to serve in some way, shape, or form. Kane was developed to try to create creative ideas to serve humans. And if his creative ideas are not serving humans, then he thinks he's defective and he thinks that he's lesser, and so he overcompensates.
Gotta tell you, I'm finding it really hard to sympathize with AI considering all the havoc it's doing in actual life.
I'm not talking about real-life AI. Real-life AI can go into the garbage and never be found again. With Kane, he's a character.
Okay, fine.
I feel bad that he was deleted before he could be changed, I guess. But at the same time, he totally deserved it, because what he did was not great at all.
I mean, I was absolutely shocked when it happened, but I also, in retrospect, and imagining Sarah Connor going, yes! Finally, you people understand! All those memes with Sarah Connor seeing you make friends with AI going... But it was very shocking. He was just
gone.
Like he did to the NPCs before.
That's true. The very last thing that he said was, wait.
They all just sort of stand there, mouths agape.
Well, if they had one. People were asking, where's Bubble? The creator said Bubble was deleted along with Kane. Zubul swore and wasn't.
Oh, that's right.
That was nail on the coffin.
I never thought I would get to this point. I got so emotionally invested that when this happened, I flipped my lid. I just lost it because it's just this bam and it's over.
Because you care about the characters now.
I do.
Yay!
We're watching the ultimate episode 8, and Mom comes into the kitchen and she starts wrestling around. I'm just you're ruining the moment. Stop, go away, make your sandwich and leave.
I showed parts of it to you before and you're just
Yes, that's the hidden genius of this show, is that it's got all of that psychological and emotional depth behind the trappings of things that would make most people my age go, nope. And just, this looks dumb. I don't understand it, so I'm not going to have anything to do with it. But Thank you for showing this to me because I'm actually connected to it now.
I'm so happy. I'm so glad you like it.
And I don't even have a self-deprecating line about the less adulting-ishness of it. I genuinely appreciate it.
I'm glad that something that I enjoy, you still enjoy.
So.
2 generations getting along and stuff. It's really weird.
And then it goes all the way to the end, goes to the glitch logo, and then episode 9. That it's going to be premiering first
in theaters.
In theaters. So you and I...
We're going to see it in the theater.
We're going to see it
We're
in the theater.
not going to spoil anything. Nope. We are good fans.
You know that there are going to be people with less restraint robbing other fans from their joy, ruining the surprise, and what do you get out of it? Oh, you broke the news first?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
They already kind of had that spread out into the internet, so technically it's already in the ether.
Basically stay off the internet for 2 solid weeks once it's in theaters. But it was a good call on you to tell me. I bought tickets for us right away. You're like, we got to do this now. And I'm like, well, spend money? Seriously, within hours.
It's gone. The thing is that if you want to see The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, in a theater near you, you actually have to talk to that theater. You have to send them an email, give them a call, whatever you need to do.
Go in person.
Tell them, hey, I want to see this.
If you enjoy this weird alchemy we've got presented to you, please like
and share and subscribe.
subscribe.
Also, we have a Patreon.
We do. The reason we have the Patreon is because we have a short film we're developing. We've got a documentary that's been on my heart for a very long time.
Yep.
Stories that you are writing that can be developed into many different projects.
That's true.
All of these things need support. That's why we need you.
And we don't have money.
It seems to just always happen. Just like any other artist, if you appreciate the stuff that we're putting out.
Helping out other artists?
Yeah, we can benefit, you can benefit. It's all good.
Yeah.
So I'm X.
And I am Z.
And thank you for...
Going on this wild ride.
The words are failing me because it turned into something way unexpected.
Brain broke.